Hey there, welcome to Caffeinated Crafting. My name is Daniela, known as Caffeinated Gert around the interwebs. It is Sunday, April 1st. Happy Easter. I thought I would jump in here and record a quick little episode because this has been a busy weekend and I haven't had time and my 2 weeks are up. There's not been a whole lot of knitting, but there has been some other crafting. So hopefully you'll see something that intrigues you. You can find me as Caffeinated Gert around the interwebs, particularly on Instagram and Ravelry. And that's mostly pretty much it. So, first of all, Neon April's kicking off, y'all. It's time. What are you gonna make? Go join the Ravelry group, Caffeinated Crafting, and tell me all about what your plans are for all the bright goodies. I want to know. While I'm thinking about that, let me show you the prizes. I shopped the stash and picked out some beautiful things for you guys. I have 3 prizes for Neon April. The first is a skein of Highland Handmaids. Ooh la la! Highland Handmaids. It is Heather's Dilemma colorway. This is red maple sock yarn. It's 415 yards of 50% superwash merino, 50% tinsel. It's shiny and gorgeous and beautiful. First prize. Yes, yes. Second prize is some good basic workhorse yarn. Actually, it's way softer than a workhorse yarn. It feels really good. But it is Heritage Prints. And since it's spring, I thought this would be lovely. It kind of makes me think of irises with the purple and the green. And it is the self-striping, self-patterning. It's going to look like that if you knit it up in a sock. And then you just saw the price. I try to hide those usually, but there it is. It is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon of prettiness. And the third and maybe most awesome prize is this. This is from Leading Men Fiber Arts on the Soliloquy base. This is, the colorway is Drag Queen. With this skein, you get 657 yards, it's 150 grams, of 100% superwash British BFL. Who wants to knit with this? I bet you do. Is this not awesome? I love all 3 of these, but they need to go to someone that will knit them before I will have a chance to, because there's just too much in the stash. So I'm passing along goodies for Neon April. This is like super neon. It's so awesome. I just never get to it. And I'm kind of out of a shawl space lately. I think it's because I have so many that I just don't feel like knitting more. I think that's kind of my problem. I feel like I'm in a knitting slump. And I think it's because I can't wear more than I already have in knitting things. I'm like, I live in Tennessee. I don't get to wear my knitted goodness that much anyway. And so I've kind of been feeling in a knitting slump. So I've decided to make some things that are like for the home. I haven't done that in a long time. And maybe that'll kind of get my mojo going. I was in a bit of a frog mood. I was in a mood to frog projects. That happens periodically. I get to the point where I'm just like, I'm not happy with it. It's out of here. So the Slip Knit Love, I re-knit that section, messed it up again because I can't follow directions. And so I decided, you know what? Normally 3 tries and I put it aside. This time it's been like 5 or 6 tries and I've just decided it's not going to happen right now. Maybe later. Not right now. And then I also frogged my granito because it did fit. It probably looked fine, but the odds of me wearing a pullover sweater are almost 0. It's not gonna happen. It's too warm in Tennessee. I am a cardigan girl, not a pullover girl. Something to face and go with, and just that's what I need to knit. It needs to be a cardigan, not a pullover. So I frogged it because it was just making me antsy sitting there. It's like, I need to knit it, but I don't want to knit it. And then rather than feel guilty, I frogged it and I'm good to go. So as I said, there really wasn't much knitting. I did work on these socks some just because I didn't know what else to do. I had those couple of days of everything's boring me. These were boring me too, but I want them off the needles, and so I did work on them some. These socks are for my husband. They are worsted weight socks. I'm using Cascade Superwash 220. This is colorway 846. I finished the sock, y'all. Last time I was here, and I had the rest of the foot and the toe to finish. This one's done, and I am working on the heel of the second sock. So that's Mundo progress, which is awesome because I want them to be done. I'm going to move my little red marker so you'll see where I was next time. Let's hope these are finished next time. But if not, let's hope there's at least some progress, yo. So these will be beautiful, fluffy socks for my husband that he won't need until fall, but I want them off the needles. I'm trying not to lean back too far. I got this little light that'll help me have better lighting. Like today, it's already almost 5:30. It's been dreary all day, and even the windows and the sunroom aren't going to give me very good lighting. So it's this little, here, I'll show you. It's this little light. It's like a selfie light. It's what it was advertised as. I got it on Amazon. It was a daily deal, and it was like $5 or $7. And I thought, that might be helpful for recording on those dreary days. And it does make a difference. So this is with light. This is without. It's not horrible, but you can tell it's kind of dark. Plus there's more clouds rolling in. So before this podcast is over with, it'll be darker in here. So this gives me a little extra brightness. Yay! Alright, so husband's socks are the only thing that I knit on in the last 2 weeks. Got other stuff though. You just wait. I got other stuff. So that was my only knitting. I did start a new spin. I got some bats from Hobbledehoy. I showed you those, I'm pretty sure, last time. There were 3 bats. I still have 1 full bat to spin, and this much of the second bat. And it's spinning like a dream, as Hobbledehoy always does. I don't have a tag. Wait. Here it is, Hobbledehoy Fibers. Here's her information in case you need it and don't know how to spell Hobbledehoy. That's one of those words I had to learn. But here's my bobbin so far. I have to finish my second bat and then spin the third bat. And then I have to decide, do I want to chain ply or do I want to spin something else and ply it with this? I'm not really sure. Think about it when I get there. Right now, I'm just enjoying the heck out of this spin. Isn't it pretty? So pretty. In case you're wondering, I have 2 Kromsky wheels. You can see them there. This is a Fantasia, and it's my baby, Wanda. I love Wanda. And this is a Sonata. It folds down. And it is Wanda and Cosmo, you know, like from the Fairy Odd Parents, Wanda and Cosmo. And this is a cool bag by Whimsy Stitches. That's a prototype that he's working on. It's lined vinyl on the inside, so your fiber doesn't get stuck to the bag. Super awesome. So, Wanda Cosmo, Fantasia, and Sonata. Sonata is a travel wheel and folds down. But Wanda's my baby, and I like how she spins way better. So I am spinning this on Wanda. Close this up because I don't want kitties in my fiber. That would be really bad. Really bad. Alright, so my big project over the last couple of weeks, week and a half-ish, yeah, almost a couple of weeks, is this. So I had 2 baskets full of yarn, leftovers, scraps, yarn I balled, and has been forever in a ball and a cake. And I don't feel like knitting it. It's not my color choice anymore. Whatever reasons. All different weights of yarn. So what I did is I made, let me put this here for now. I made magic cake balls out of all of it. Like magic cake balls as big as my ball winder would make. Yeah? See? There's tons. This one's not so big. Sometimes I held the fingering doubled, or if it was worsted, I left it by itself. There's some more in here. You get the idea. I had 2 baskets full. I had this huge basket and then another like laundry type basket. And I might be able to fit them all in one basket now, actually. Let me see if I can do that. Then I would be like down a basket, and that would be awesome. Let me see. Oh, I can totally fit it all in this basket. That's awesome. No, maybe not. There's more underneath. There's 2 layers in this one. But, so, and this is the second basket, laundry basket. So what I did, so I made all these, I spent hours, I had a really good time on Friday night, just balling the yarn. And what I'm doing with that is, and I need to grab my bag real quick, give me a second. I've made 1 panel so far. And here we go. I decided to do it in panels because it's super heavy. So I'm crocheting a blanket, and I'm using the bean stitch, which is something that came across on Pinterest. I made a project page for this, excuse me, and I linked the video that I watched to learn this stitch. It's super fluffy, puffy, like thick. You see how thick it is? It uses up a crap ton of yarn. Also, I'm holding several strands together, which just, you know, uses up even more yarn. And I'm using a big old hook. I don't even know what size hook it is. It doesn't say on the hook. And I don't know where I got this hook. Where is it? Here. It's a plastic hook. Okay, it's an 8mm. But it doesn't say like by the letter what size hook it is. But I'm using a J hook. So this is my first panel. It's really heavy. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 34 rows. 34 rows tall. That's only 34 rows, y'all. That's how tall. Like every row is basically an inch. And so you can see it's called the bean stitch because these little buddies here look like little beans. They look like there's little beans catty-cornered on top of each other, which I think is really cool. So here's my first panel. And I have now started my second panel. I think I cast on 77 stitches. It said to cast on an odd number amount plus 2. So I have 77 stitches. So here's where my hooky goes. And ta-da, here's my second panel. So let me show you how much yarn one stitch takes up, all right? So I'm going to put my hook in the last stitch. Okay, last stitch, and I'm unraveling one stitch. That's like, I don't have a ruler handy, but that's got to be like 20 inches of yarn in one stitch. So what you do, you skip one, and this one you pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull the yarn through, pull your yarn through all that, and single chain, and then again skip one and do the thing again. That's a lot of eating of the yarn. It's a nice puffy blanket. Now realistically, most people that aren't insane like me would do this with, you know, one strand of yarn, and it would still make a nice puffy blanket. But you know, I'm a little crazy, therefore I'm holding multiple strands together, of course. But I am zooming through the old stash, and that is really just making me happy. I'm having the best time, and that's why there's been no knitting. There's been crochet. The other thing I started, my Neon April project, is that. So I'm weaving myself a Neon April jacket. I wanted a fingering weight jacket, you know, like the one I just wove and then knit the sleeves. It was kind of my prototype, and now I think I have refined some of my ideas, and so I'm going to work on those, change things up. So let's see if I can show this to you. Take it off the stand here so I can show it to you more easily. My warp, which is the up and down, is the solids are from Rain's Obsessive Stitchery, and the ones that have the white in with them in the color, it's a variegated with white and then the neon, those are from Orange Jellyfish Dream. This last pink is from Rock and String Creations, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I am pretty darn sure. My weave is from Lydia Yarns, and I have 2 skeins that are 600 and some odd 600 and some odd yards. And so my plan is to use these for the warp and hopefully have enough left over to knit the sleeves. If I don't, then the sleeves are probably gonna be gray. Although I have more hot pink in the stash, so I could stripe it with a different hot pink. I will get that figured out when I get there. Right now, I'm just going to weave the main fabric of the jacket and then see where it goes. So, isn't this beautiful though? I love that color. So that is my warp. And this is what it looks like so far. What do you think? Pretty sweet, right? I'm pretty excited. I spent, I guess, a couple of hours doing the warp on Friday, and then I wove maybe a couple of hours. So I'm not too far into it yet, but the weaving goes pretty fast. My plan, if all goes well, is to maybe have this ready to wear in time for my birthday. which is the middle of April. So we'll see. And I may not even need it anymore at that point. Although most of the time can use a little jacket with air conditioning and whatnot. And this fabric, since it's fingering weight yarn, the fabric will be fairly thin. So we will see. So let me put this back over here on his little stand. And I splurged a while back and I bought the stand for my my loom. And my loom is a Cricut, a Shock Cricut. It's the 15-inch. I splurged a while back and got the stand. And it makes it so much easier because if I want to weave, rather than have it on a table where it's not really the perfect height, it really is, because I can just really just kind of put it onto my lap here, right there. Perfect height to weave without hurting your back. It's great. So if you don't have someone handy in your life that is crafty and can make you a stand, it's a little pricey, but I think it's totally worth it. It makes a really big difference. So yeah, I think that's all I got. So hopefully in a couple of weeks, I will have finished socks for the husband. Maybe a finished cardigan. Maybe. And maybe some more spinning. I don't know. The spinning kind of just gets done when I'm in the mood to zone out. So we will see. Yeah. Happy Easter, guys. Happy knitting. I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.